Hello YouTube, this is Herkon, and today I want to analyze Rey's mentality and skill in terms of fighting, and speculate which style of fighting she will develop in time should she survive the next films. First I will start with her mentality. After I've gathered enough material over time, I can sum up some of her major personal traits. To make it simple, I will list up some traits and you decide for yourself if you agree with that. In my opinion, Rey is a very sympathetic protagonist, but the traits that really matters in combat are of course some other. Rey is direct, agile, dexterous, strong-willed and resilient. Rey isn't provident, physically strong and patient. Now I will compare her personal mentality with the mentality of the 7 classical lightsaber forms to find out if they fit together. Form 1, Shicho. Very good and fundamentally for every further technique. It is possible that her strong personality grants her the option to use the full potential of Shicho, which is direct and simple, but very randomized and unpredictable when brought to its highest level. An example for this is the fallen Jedi Master Kit Fisto, who brought this form to its highest level. When I watch her behavior in Ideals, I grant her the mental strength to get to the edge of the light side without crossing it to the dark side. Form 2, Makashi. Possible. Rey is very agile, showed dexterity and precision while using her quarterstaff and her sword. In addition to that, she got an affinity using just one hand while fighting with her sword. Nevertheless, I'm sure that if she would use Makashi techniques, it would be not her first choice and primarily style, but in good addition to her skills. Form 3, Surisu. Unlikely. Even when Rey showed talent in blocking strikes from an enraged Kylo Ren and Snoke's Praetorian Guard, she just did it to survive, not as a tactical retreat until the enemy tires out like Obi-Wan did with Anakin. As soon as she got the opportunity to strike back, she will do it. Form 4, Ataru. Very good. With her competitive spirit and her agility, combined with her strong connection with the Force, it would be fitting to learn a form that supports Force enhancements and strong offensive moves without relying on brute strength. Grandmaster Yoda was the best example for this. Form 5, the double form Xian and Gemso. Possible, but without using its full potential. As mentioned before while describing Surisu, her mentality would fit for Gemso, defend and immediately striking back. But history shows that Gemso is most effective when performed with great physical power, like Anakin Skywalker and Darth Malgus did. I wouldn't say that Rey couldn't reach a great amount of physical power, but it wouldn't be enough to rely on this as a primarily attribute. Form 6, Neyman. Unlikely. Neyman is a great base for simply everything. Chaining force attacks into the lightsaber sequences, fighting with the saber staff, what Rey is already very good in it, or Jarkai dueling. The moderation form delivers enough skill to survive, but not enough to be best in anything. Of course, except your Exar-kun, who trained it a lifetime. I guess the versatility of Neyman would be best if Rey has to find out her affinities, but as we know, her will to attack is the complete opposite of the idea of moderation. Form 7, Juyo. Limited. Juyo is most effective when performed with passion, but fueling herself with strong emotion is a path to the dark side. The most prominent performer of the classical Juyo style is former Sith Lord Darth Maul. But there were also some few Jedi that used this form successfully without falling to the dark side. Mace Windu, for instance, developed Pfad from Juyo and became the most powerful Jedi in his era. It may sound excessively, but the loss of Pfad because of Windu's death and the destruction of the Jedi archives due to the Great Jedi Purge is a tragedy for the Jedi, who intended to beat the dark fire with bright fire. Without this knowledge, it is impossible to use Juyo to its highest degree without falling to the dark side. Furthermore, was Pfad not only a Jedi way to perform Juyo, but also an anti-Sith form that used the dark energy of the opponent and channel it to a weapon of light. Nevertheless, some Jedi managed using some elements of Juyo as a subordinate addition to their style. Two examples were Ahsoka Tano and Luke Skywalker. All in all, using Juyo as a primarily form wouldn't make any sense for Rey unless, for some reason, she rediscovers Pfad. So, I predict that Rey's fighting style will heavily based on Ataru and Shicho. Her direct and courageous way to act, as well as her agility, would fit perfectly into these two styles. If Rey would ask me to advise her which master she should use as a role model, I would choose Kit Fisto, who was the renowned master of Shicho in his era, as well as a master performer of Ataru. Rightly so, Kit Fisto was known for his great physical power, but even more as a great tactician who heavily relied on evasion and mind games instead of meeting someone stronger head to head. This would be an important tactical tutoring to work on Rey's current stigmas. Thank you very much for your attention. Please comments below. I'm very curious to read your opinion. Until then, may the Force be with you.